Welcome to Drunk Bible Study. This show's mission is to read every single word of the greatest story ever told. A warning to our listeners, the hosts of this show are sinners, but they're doing their best. There will be drinking and there may be some swears. They did say they'd try to keep it clean, but I wouldn't put my money on it.
I'm Emily, and this is Drunk Bible Study, where my good friends Dedeker and Jace teach me, a born and raised atheist, all about the Bible. So Jace and Dedeker, how are y'all doing up there in Seattle today?
Well, it's of course raining, because that's what happens in Seattle.
Obviously.
I love it.
It rained this weekend here in LA, too.
Oh, wow. It's also apparently raining in Italy right now. My mom just texted me to tell me that.
Oh,
Wow.
where is she in Italy?
They just got to Florence. No, Venice.
Oh, it's all amazing.
Really, I could have said any city in Italy and you would have gone,
Emily would have had an Italy orgasm.
No, I've only
Yeah.
been to like 4 cities in Italy.
I mean, weird flex, but okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A little
So,
humble brag
anyways,
there. Yeah, I'm super excited. We're doing well. I'm excited to finally start recording because Dedeker and I just had to sit here and watch Emily chug a cup of ramen before we could start.
it was vegan and gluten-free and very tasty and organic, so I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah.
I
Well,
needed
I'm glad.
some
No, I'm
nourishment.
glad. You do need nourishment. It's true. It's true. What
Yeah.
were we talking about? We started a new book last time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you remember what happened in the first part of Numbers?
Yes, I remember that there was a cross, and that cross contained multitudes. That cross
Wow.
of multitudes was people, and they each had different names for their tribes. And then
I
they,
wasn't
like,
expecting that she was going to give it in the form of beat poetry, but I love
No,
it.
seriously. I feel like
Thank you.
she's about as easy to understand as what we've been
Yeah,
reading lately.
definitely.
No, totally. And I know that we had like a giant, we had like a big thing where we had to all guess
Right.
the number
Okay.
of
And I
people.
won. Unequivocally,
And
I
Dedeker
won.
won.
And with an iron
In
fist.
each tribe.
Yes. And so I had to dictate what we all drink, and then Jace had to make me snacks. Jace did make me snacks. He made me some delicious mac and cheese earlier today.
But for your listening pleasure, we ate it beforehand, so she's not going to be while you're recording.
Ew. Some people would be into that. You know, there's some ASMR podcasts that would do stuff like that.
Yeah, anyone who is interested in that, please, tweet at us at Drunk Bible Cast. That's our Twitter, right?
Yes.
And just
Yes.
let us know so that Dedeker can make her ASMR podcast.
And we did joke last week, you and I, Jace, about trying to track down some Zima and force everyone to drink it, but that didn't end up happening. And so
What is that?
It's hard to find.
Zima was like it was like what Smirnoff ices were before they were Smirnoff ices.
Yeah.
Ew,
like
that's horrifying.
Like a cooler, like
I
very
did
easy
that
to
when
drink.
I was a
I know,
young person.
yeah, when I was a very young
21.
person,
I don't
yeah.
ever want to drink that.
Yeah, I've not
stuff
touched a
again.
Smirnoff ice in many an age. Thank
Yeah.
goodness for that.
I mean, I just had some not too long ago at a 90s party.
Oh,
but-
well, okay, 90s party. I
You
guess.
would.
Yeah.
But we actually did like ice each other. You'd like hide.
What does that mean to ice someone?
So yeah, it was this thing, bros icing bros, I think is what it was called back in the day.
Oh,
But basically,
I think I remember this.
the rules of the game are that you hide Smirnoff Ice somewhere, and if someone else comes across it, they have to right there kneel down and drink it, unless without moving where their feet are planted, they can retrieve another Smirnoff Ice and counter ice, in which case the person who hit it has to drink both of them.
I didn't know
That's
that there was that
awful.
caveat.
Yeah,
Sounds like straight up out of a fraternity.
basically, yeah.
Okay.
It's my brother works in the music industry as an agent, and he said for like kind of during that era, which is a few years ago now, he kept a Smirnoff Ice in his desk drawer just in case he ever got iced. He would have that like counter ice there.
Oh my goodness.
And
Did he
he's-
ever have to use it?
No, he said it was there for years.
Just
it just like
insurance.
collected dust in the bottom of his drawer.
Ew.
Also, it would be like not cold, and that's
Right.
It'd be
awful.
awful.
That's part of what makes it awful. But
It's
anyway,
awful enough to have to drink one, but to drink a hot one?
Yeah.
Ugh.
Okay, well,
at this
fortunately,
90s party, we hid them around, and it was
People
fun, though,
got
because
irked.
we had just bought them, and it was a party. So
Okay.
it wasn't in the middle of
Yeah.
your work day.
That would have been the worst.
Jeez. Well, I didn't force people to drink things. Maybe I will next week. Honestly, all I care about is the fact that I have allergies, and so I just wanted a hot toddy. So that's what I'm drinking.
Yeah.
What are you drinking, Jace?
I'm drinking a Henry Weinhard's root beer, but wait for it, with spiced rum mixed with it.
Oh.
It's actually quite tasty.
Fancy.
That sounds lovely.
Yeah.
What about you, Em?
I am drinking a St. Archer Hazy IPA.
Now-
It is brewed right here in... Nope. It's brewed in San Diego, not right here in LA.
Well, in California, though.
Yeah.
In Southern California,
I was
close
like, in
enough.
sunny Lauset, no. Yeah.
If I
But
can,
it's tasty.
if I can paint a word picture for our listeners at home, this can that Emily's drinking is literally as big as her head.
It's bigger.
It's not. It's just as tall as my head.
No, it's
I basically
taller.
had to run to the store really quickly and like grab a thing, and I didn't want to grab a 6-pack, so I grabbed this,
This
and it is
gigantic can.
it's 19.2 fluid ounces.
Ooh-wee.
So
Yeah.
yes, that's a ton, but it's definitely less than 2 beers.
That's
All right.
true.
It'll keep you going through a couple chapters of the Bible, I'm sure. And speaking
Yeah.
of,
Speaking of, today we are reading Numbers 3 and 4. Another just 2-chapter day. But these are longish
They're bigos.
chapters. And full of numbers, no doubt. I actually
I'm
don't
sure
know. I
they
have
will
not
be.
looked ahead, but
Well, we're about to find out.
yeah. So as we're reading today, we want to remind our listeners to read responsibly and drink responsibly.
and you can drink along with us, or you can listen to us while you're in the car.
But please do not do both at the same time. And with that, we are about to begin Numbers 3. All right. Now this is the history
No,
in
now
the
this
great...
is the story all about how. Okay, right?
Wait, what's that from?
Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Oh yeah, I didn't really watch that. I
Oh
know,
my
terrible.
goodness.
What?
The 90s is
I was a
crying
Disney child,
right now.
okay?
The
I was a
90s
Disney
is literally
child.
sitting there and crying right now, listening to all our tales of icing and of this poor young woman who didn't really watch Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Yeah, seriously.
Okay.
Well, I watched Boy Meets World and Lizzie McGuire.
Okay.
Now, this is a story all about how the people got counted in Mount Sinai.
Yeah,
I didn't
yeah,
rhyme that
something
very
like
well.
that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Let's try this
Nice try.
again.
Okay.
All right, I'm going to start. Now, this is the history of the generations of Aaron and Moses in the day that Yahweh spoke with Moses in Mount Sinai. These are the names of the sons of Aaron: Nadab the firstborn, and Abihu, Eleazar, and Itamar. Itamar?
Sure.
I'd say
Sure.
Ithamar.
Yeah,
But
I would
that's just
accept
me.
either.
Ithamar? I guess it's a
It's a
because
th.
it's TH.
Yeah.
Ithamar. Yeah, okay. These are the names of the sons of Aaron, the priests who were anointed, whom he consecrated to minister in the priest office. Nadab and Abihu died before Yahweh when they
Right.
offered strange fire before
Oh,
Yahweh
it's like
in the wilderness of Sinai. and
previously
they had
in the
no
book of
children.
Exodus.
Yeah.
Wait, was that?
Was that Exodus or Leviticus?
No, that was Leviticus.
Was Leviticus? I'm pretty sure it was toward the ends of Exodus that they died.
Yeah, it might have been.
Yeah.
No?
yeah. With their strange fire.
Really? I really thought that they died more recently than that.
If y'all remember at home, tweet at us. Let us know who's correct.
Okay, well, I'm glad that we-
92%
Yeah.
sure that it was in Leviticus, but that's just me.
You want to place another bet on it?
No, I'm really not that
Ooh.
interested. And I don't think our listeners are going to be that interested either.
All right, fine.
But I am glad that we got a little recap of that happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. So they had no children. Eleazar and Ithamar ministered in the priest's office in the presence of Aaron their father. Yahweh spoke to Moses, saying, "Bring the tribe of Levi near, and set them before Aaron the priest, that they may minister to him."
The whole tribe, gather them up like a bundle of flowers.
Get them over here.
Yeah.
There were quite a few Levites, right? Didn't we learn that on the last
They
episode?
were not counted.
Yeah, they weren't counted.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Because they're the ones who are around the tabernacle.
Because they're above the law, I guess.
Yeah, presuming that there's a few of them, but
Yeah.
get them all over here. Okay. They shall keep his charge and the charge of the whole congregation before the tent of meeting to do the service of the tabernacle. They shall keep all the furnishings at the tent of meeting and the obligations of the children of Israel to do the service of the tabernacle. So yeah. Oh, I guess that means like what? They're going to like service the tabernacle?
I mean, when you say it that way.
I mean, not that way, but like, you know, anoint or put like
they're going to change its
like,
oil.
polish it and
Literally,
stuff.
they're going to change the oil of like the menorahs and all that
yeah,
stuff.
change the oil,
They're
maybe
going to sprinkle the
polish
blood
her up.
around. Yeah.
They're probably the ones who have to like scald the pots and
Oh, yeah.
you
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
rinse out,
Clean it.
like,
Yeah.
scrape the ashes out of the
Yeah.
altars.
Well,
And, okay,
well, you have
all
to
right.
inspect the leprous skins.
Yeah.
You know, the priest does
No.
that.
Oh.
That was specifically
Oh,
the
yeah.
priest that had to
right.
inspect.
Okay.
Yeah.
These are not priest boys. They're just Levite boys.
They're like the pit crew. for the
Okay. All right.
priest.
Okay.
Nice. Okay. They shall keep all the furnishings of the tent of meeting and the obligations of the children of Israel to do the service of the tabernacle. You shall give the Levites to Aaron and to his sons. Oh, so they're not above the law. They're like given to Aaron and to his sons.
Yeah, that's an interesting kind of blending of situations here.
Yeah. I mean, because Aaron is a Levite, right? That's the deal, is that this is his tribe.
Yeah, but yeah, yes. Yes,
But it's
sure.
like, but they've all got to serve.
I don't know
Aaron and his
anything at
sons.
this point after reading this book. This book has not clarified anything for me.
Yeah, I didn't even know that. Wait, Aaron was a Levite?
Oh
when
my
did that
goodness.
come from?
Okay, let's keep
This was
rolling
way.
along.
This was way back in Exodus.
Yes.
Yeah, this would have been early Exodus. It clarified that Aaron was a descendant of yada yada yada, part of the house of Levi.
And wait, but I thought that, no, they're cousins? They're brothers?
They're brothers.
Yeah,
Moses
so
and Aaron.
they're both.
So
Levites,
Moses is
so-
also a Levite.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. So you shall give the Levites to Aaron and to his sons. They are wholly given to him on the behalf of the children of Israel. On the behalf of the children of Israel. Okay. You shall appoint Aaron and his sons, and they shall keep their priesthood. The stranger who comes near shall be put to death.
Now, do you think
Wait,
that's a
to
stranger
who comes near to whom?
comes near to them? Or do you think that's just a poetic way of saying like anyone who's not a Levite who tries to enter the priesthood has to be put to death? Do you think it's that?
Or maybe comes near to the tabernacle.
That's
yeah,
what
I think
I
we
thought.
talked about that too. Yeah.
Yeah, either one's possible.
I think in ancient Israel, like your safest bet is just stay away from everyone.
Yeah,
like
seriously.
people either they have skin diseases, or they're menstruating, or they've been working with like some dead animals, or they're a priest, or it's a it's like just give everything and everyone around you at least a 12-foot berth, and you're probably
Yeah.
okay, right?
Wide
Yeah.
berth it.
Big personal
over the
space.
place.
Yeah.
Personal bubble.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Yahweh spoke to Moses, saying, Behold, I have taken the Levites from among the children of Israel, instead of all the firstborns who open the womb among the children of Israel, and the Levites shall be mine.
Okay, well, I'm really uncomfortable after that verse. Can we see what the message says? Can we?
What?
I hope that
All
the
the-
message says something more comfortable than opening wombs.
Open the womb among the children of Israel.
I'm assuming that just means be born. The firstborn that opened the womb, because they're the first ones to like open it up and be like, open for business.
Like open sesame.
Whoa, okay. I don't know. When you say like open the womb, like that makes me think of like a C-section.
Oh
Because,
yeah,
like-
it's a very violent opening of the womb.
Yeah.
No, this is like an organic free range opening.
What does it say?
The Message Bible says, I have taken the Levites from among the people of Israel as a stand-in for every Israelite mother's firstborn son. The Levites belong to me.
Okay, so with all of your cattle and
better
sheep and
message.
stuff, you have to sacrifice one of the firstborns, and so this idea being like instead of all of y'all having to sacrifice your firstborn children, I'm taking the Levites as
All of them.
as all of them, and that's how it's going to be. I'm Yahweh.
I'm Yahweh.
For I am Yahweh.
Yeah. I wonder, though, because remember before, I don't know if you remember this, but way back in Exodus, talked about like for each firstborn son, you have to instead
Yes.
sacrifice some kind of
Yes.
animal. I wonder if this is now an update or an addition. Is it like now I'm taking all the Levites instead, so y'all are fine? Or do
But
you also
yeah,
still
to me
have
it's
to do
like
that?
well, to me it's like the Levites become like the first Jesus. Like they are the people who are taken. I'm sorry, I'm probably
Really
mixing
getting
my
ahead of things.
mixing up some metaphors, some
I'm
God
willing to bet you have
metaphors
to
or
do
whatever.
both.
Do you think it's both? Do you still have to sacrifice the animal?
Because I think the animal is kind of like, this is a symbolic representation that Yahweh owns your life, like your very life.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think giving up a child or your firstborn to service of Yahweh is symbolic of like Yahweh owns their life of service. Or I don't know. I'm grasping at straws here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think, we're going to learn more here. Okay. So the Levites shall be mine, for all the firstborn are mine. On the day that I struck down all the firstborn in the land of Egypt, I made holy to me all the firstborn in Israel, both man and animal. They shall be mine. I am Yahweh.
Drink.
Take a drink.
Drink. Okay.
Yeah. I'm glad that Dedeker
So
joked
what does that
about
mean?
and then it actually happened.
But wait a minute, what does that mean, they shall be mine? Like, aren't all people gods in this scenario? Like, what
but
makes
the firstborn are like
animal
especially his.
Okay.
Well, in the case
What does
of,
that mean?
In the case of the animals, they're Yahweh's because they get sacrificed and given to
Yes.
Yahweh as a sweet savor.
Yeah.
But I think the deal he's going with here is that, like, all the Levites have to serve the priests who are God's, homies. And so it's like their life is just about serving the people who serve God, about Yahweh. So that's like, they're mine. Like, these ones serve me, meaning they serve the priests.
Like fully in dedication to Yahweh.
Right.
Like not lay people.
Yeah, that's like their whole purpose is serving me, as opposed to everyone else who also has other stuff that they do, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, Yahweh spoke to Moses in the wilderness of Sinai, saying, "Number the children of Levi by their fathers' houses, by their families. Every male from a month old and upward shall you number."
Now this is a different standard because before it was like 20 years old and upward, and now it's like just a month, like counting all the babies.
Yeah, that's really
All
interesting.
right. Okay, well, let's continue. Let's see. Moses numbered them according to the word of Yahweh as he was commanded, even though last time he was like, wait a minute, there was a different numbering system. He has to like update it constantly. Okay. These were the sons of Levi by their names, Gershon and Kohath and Merari.
Merari, like a Ferrari, but Merari.
But Merari.
I liked Emily's version that it's like Mary, but with several syllables.
Ferrari, the Merari.
Yeah.
You don't see it on the road much. It's not a very tightly wound piece of hardware. Okay.
What?
That was a crazy metaphor right there. It's not a very tightly wound piece of hardware. I like that, though.
What is this? Like the image that comes to mind is some kind of like old timey child's toy that you like have to wind up like a top.
And if it's not very
might be.
tightly wound, it doesn't go very fast.
It's not going to go.
Yeah.
There you go. I just see like, kind of like a clown car.
Okay.
Like a really crappy Ferrari.
A
It's a clown
Ferrari.
car, actually. Okay. These are the names of the son of Gershon by their families. Libni.
Wait, we have to drink now.
Okay.
Because we laughed
All
at a
right.
name. Gosh, what even... Oh, yeah, there you are. Okay.
Libni and Shimmy. Libni and Shimmy.
I think it's Shimei.
I'm drinking again.
Shimei?
Shimei. Yeah, okay.
Shimei sounds like a perfume.
I was
name.
thinking like a type of fabric or
Shimei.
something.
Oh, Shimei. Shimei is the name.
beautiful Shimei
It is the
dress.
name of a beer.
Like chemise.
Yeah,
There's a
that's what
chemise.
it
No,
was.
but Chimay is the name of a Belgian like Trappist
Oh, really?
beer. Chimay. Yeah.
Is that how it's pronounced?
Yeah.
Oh, I
What
always
do you
assumed
think?
It was like Kaime or something.
Chimmy.
No, I assumed it was a K sound.
That's really how I would pronounce it.
Shimmy?
Shimmy.
Shimmy?
Well, Belgian. I figured it'd be like the. Okay, whatever. We can argue about that
Okay.
some other time.
Okay.
The sons of Kohath by their families, Abram or Amram, like Amram missiles, and Izhar, Hebron, like LeBron, but
Hebron, yeah.
and Uziel.
Yeah, nailed it.
The sons of Merari by their
No,
families.
Merari.
No, try
Merari.
Merari.
The clown car of Ferraris.
Merari Ferrari by their families, Mali, and Mushi. These are the families
That's
of
adorable.
Mushi.
Mushy.
Molly and Mushi.
Little
I love
Mushi.
it. Little moosh.
Yeah. These are the families of the Levites according to their fathers' houses. Of Gershon was the family of the Libnites and the family of the Shemites. These are the families of the Gershonites. So many ites.
Yeah.
Those who were numbered of them according to the number of all the males, from a month old and upward, even those who were numbered of them were 7,500. The families of the Gershonites shall encamp behind the tabernacle westward.
Oh.
The prince of the father's house of the Gershonites shall be Elisaph, the son of Lael. The charge of the sons of Gershon in the tent of meeting shall be the tabernacle, and of the tent its covering, and the screen door for the door of the tent of meeting.
I think it's just the screen for the door, not the screen door.
Oh, the screen door for the door.
Gotta keep flies out in the desert.
Yeah.
Well, the screen door must have been the screen door. The screen for the door must have been a screen door.
I suppose, yeah.
Okay.
That's true.
I put the two together.
Okay. All right.
The screen for the door of the tent of meeting and the hangings of the court, and the screen for the door of the court, which is by the tabernacle, and around the altar and its cords for all its service. Wait,
Gosh.
okay, are they saying that these people, the sons of Gershon,
this is what's happening.
they're in charge of this section of the tabernacle?
Yes, they're splitting up the specific pieces of the tabernacle.
They're
of
like the groundskeepers.
Yes, they're like, you're in charge of this, or maybe they're just in charge of transporting these pieces.
I bet it's both.
Yeah.
I bet it's transporting, assembling, maintaining, tearing down.
It's a complex operation.
Yeah.
It is indeed. Yeah. All right. So
27.
Okay. Thank you. Of Kohath was the family of the Amorites, and the family of the Izharites, and the family of the Hebronites, and the family of the Uzzielites. These are the family of the Kohatites. According to the number of all the males, from a month old and upwards, there were 8,600, keeping the charge of the sanctuary. This is so many people. This is insane.
But again, you remember in our bonus content last time, we realized that maybe the
it's
counting
actually just
was,
like 86.
It's maybe a lot less, potentially, depending on how you're interpreting the numbers.
Yeah, like
But
it might actually be
still.
600 and not actually 8,600. Still a good number of people to just take care of one
Section.
Oh,
section.
totally.
Yeah.
Although how many
Yes.
of these are, like a couple months old?
Oh, it's just a
You're
bunch of
right.
little
So
babies.
those
Babies.
month-olds really can't do much at this point.
There's at least
Yeah.
300 baby
Presumably,
boys.
I mean, I don't have children, so maybe I'm wrong there, but
Oh, I know why I just realized why they're counting these ones from a month and up. Well,
Why?
it's still a little bit weird, but remember the whole point of them being 20 and over is that they were old enough to serve in the army.
Yes, but the Levites
Okay.
The
do
Levites
not.
don't do that.
Yes.
They just
So
take care
they're
of the
like-
temple. So you could do that as a
Okay.
kid.
Yes.
So you're more relevant as a child. Maybe not a 1 month old, but
You don't,
I know.
again, you don't know.
don't you have to be at
support
least
Emily's
a few
point.
years old?
yeah, at least a few
Yeah.
few months
Hey
old
man,
before you can start
babies
cleaning.
babies come
Yeah.
out of the womb with that grab reflex. You can carry something.
Yeah, you just like hold the baby at the litter on the ground and
You're
grab
just
it and
like,
then you
"Here."
take it and throw it away.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, the families of the sons of Kohath shall encamp on the south side of the tabernacle.
So they're making like a tiny cross also, it seems.
Oh,
so they're kind
cute.
of setting up that they're
crosses on crosses.
crosses and inside crosses.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. The prince of the father's house of the family of the Kohites shall be Elzaphan, the son of Uzziel. Their charge shall be the ark, the table, the lampstand, the altars, the vessels of the sanctuary with which they minister, and the screen and all its service. Ooh, they get the Ark of the Covenant. Well,
And the menorah.
Yeah,
the,
they do.
The
Lovely.
lampstand. Yeah.
fun. Eleazar, the son of Aaron, the priest, shall be the prince of the princes of the Levites,
Wow.
with the oversight of those who keep the charge of the sanctuary. Of Merari,
Read it again.
Merari.
From the top.
One more time.
What is it?
You'll-
What is it?
We've joked
Avery.
about this several times
It's
now.
not a very tightly wound piece of equipment, Emily.
Oh, damn it. Merari. I can't see it. I can't see it, okay? I'm so sorry.
Oh,
Okay.
man.
of Merari was the family of the Malites and the family of the Mushites. These are the families of Merari. These who were numbered of them according to the number of all the males from a month old and upward were 6,200. The prince of the father's house of the families of Merari was Zuriel, the son of Abihail.
Like Abigail.
Abigail, but Abihail.
Okay.
They shall encamp on the north side of the tabernacle. The appointed charge of the sons of Merari shall be the tabernacle's boards, its bars, its pillars, its sockets, all its instruments, all its service, the pillars of the court around it, their sockets, their pins, and their cords.
Okay, so we're splitting up. So the first camp was all about like the fabrics, like the
And the
tent,
screen
the
door.
screens, the hangings.
the screen door.
And then it was
Very
all
important.
about the furniture, like the sacred furniture inside, including the
Yeah.
Ark of the Covenant and the menorah and stuff like that. And now these guys, it's all like seems like all the wooden structure.
Yeah,
Of-
the pillars and sockets.
Yeah, like the scaffolding.
Right.
Okay, yeah.
What's
So-
left for the...
What,
know,
okay, yeah, what
good
could possibly
question.
be left?
We're-
I think there's still
gonna-
like the burnt altar, like the altars that are
yeah.
outside.
The outer
Let's find
courtyard.
I'll bet you
yeah.
that.
Oh,
that, yeah.
So those who encamp before the tabernacle eastward in front of the tent of meeting toward the sunrise shall be Moses and Aaron and his sons, keeping the charge of the sanctuary for the charge of the children of Israel. The stranger who comes near shall be put to death. Don't do it. All who were numbered of the Levites, whom Moses and Aaron numbered at the commandment of Yahweh, by their families, all the males from a month old and upward, were 22,000. That's a ton.
I see. Okay. Okay. So there's only three. So there wasn't a fourth one. There's the three, and then because it started west,
Yes.
and then it went south, and then
And
no, it's
then
east.
north.
Oh,
north. So the
Didn't
east side is open.
And well, that's why I think it was saying that Moses and Aaron and his sons are on the
Are
east.
on the east.
Okay.
Is
yes.
does that seem
yes,
correct?
that's correct.
That's
I think
okay.
you're right. Yeah.
Yeah. Because the Merari and his peeps were on the north side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we went west, south, north, and then it's like, and then east is just Moses
Towards
and Aaron.
the sun.
Moses and Aaron and their people, because they're the ones who like really run the show on the sunrise side.
Cool. Because I guess sun salutations in the morning matter or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Totally. Okay. Yahweh said to Moses, number all the firstborn males of the children of Israel. Wait, did I say this? No.
No.
I have said this, but just not right here at
Yes,
number
not
40.
this particular version of it.
Yes. Number all the firstborn males of the children of Israel from a month old and upward, and take the number of their names. You shall take the Levites for me. Parentheses, I am Yahweh.
That definitely
Instead of all
deserves
the
a drink.
firstborn.
Definitely drink for that.
Yeah.
That's the first from Yahweh that he interjects a parenthetical phrase with
Indeed.
actual parentheses
That's pretty
into the
amazing.
middle of the sentence.
I know. Instead of all the firstborn among the children of Israel, and the cattle of the Levites, instead of all the firstborn among the cattle of the children of Israel. Wait, what?
That was really confusing. You shall take the
Yeah.
Levites instead of all the firstborn among the children of Israel. Yeah,
And
we
the
covered
cattle
that.
of the Levites instead of the
Yeah.
firstborn of the cattle of
And
the
the-
children of Israel.
Oh
So that's
Okay,
also
So he's just reiterating it?
no, that now you, Moses and Aaron, are taking the cattle of the Levites, like all their cattle, they're yours,
Okay.
instead of taking the firstborns of everyone's cattle.
yeah, it's switched now.
Yeah, so we're doing now the same deal with the cattle
Okay.
as we are with the humans, I guess.
Okay. Okay.
Let's keep rolling along.
Moses numbered as Yahweh commanded him all the firstborn among the children of Israel, all the firstborn males according to the number of names from a month old and upward of those who were numbered of them were 22,273. Yahweh spoke to Moses saying, take the Levites instead of all the firstborn among the children of Israel, and the cattle of the Levites instead of their cattle, and the Levites shall be mine, I am Yahweh.
Drink.
Drinking.
Gosh, okay.
For the redemption of the 273 of the firstborn of the children of Israel, who exceed the number of Levites, you shall take 5 shekels apiece for each one. After the shekel of the sanctuary you shall take them. The shekel is 20 gerahs, in case you forgot. And you shall give the money, with which the remainder of them is redeemed, to Aaron and his sons. Wow, this is like how churches get money and stuff, right?
By being like, yes, you need to pay us $5. $5 is this many quarters, in case you don't know. You need to give us
$5 is 20 quarters.
You need to give us $5 for every child that you have. That's how the church gets money these days.
Okay.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the new system.
It's the
I
new
like
system.
it.
Yeah. I feel like, Emily, are you okay? Like, are you quiet because you're not sure if we're joking or not? Because that's happening.
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, I'm assuming you're joking, but part of me is like, you've lived through this and I haven't, so maybe that is how they do it.
No, it's not how
Don't
they
they
do
have
it.
like a communion basket or something?
Yeah,
and
yeah.
It's like,
yeah.
It's an offering
Thrown around.
basket. Yeah.
Yeah, it's an offering basket, not a communion basket.
oh, what's communion? Oh, communion is the food stuff.
That's the little snack you get mid-service. Yeah. We'll get to that when we get to the New Testament.
They know that you're hungry. They want to feed you and keep you upright.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, the offering we did cover way back in Genesis, I think, was about the tithe, was giving
Yes.
the 10%
Oh yeah,
of,
good
of everything.
things have come.
No,
Nope, that's
no.
tidings.
You're trying.
We
I
can
appreciate
insert
that you're
tithings
trying.
in there, though.
but
It would still maybe work. Okay.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah. And you shall give the money with which the remainder of them is redeemed to Aaron and his sons. Moses took the redemption money. Oh, I like calling it redemption money.
Yeah.
From those who exceeded the number of those who were redeemed by the Levites. From the firstborn of the children of Israel, he took money, 1,365 shekels after the shekel in the sanctuary. Ooh, we got to look up for the bonus content how much money that actually would be today.
Right, write it down.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
And Moses gave the redemption money to Aaron and to his sons, according to the word of Yahweh, as Yahweh commanded Moses. The
So,
end.
I
No,
just-
not really.
I just realized here. So Yahweh is going like, yeah. Okay, so you're going to take all the Levites instead of the firstborns of everybody, of everyone else, right? Like that'll
Yeah.
be the deal. And then a little while later, Yahweh's like, actually, could you count like how many firstborns there actually are?
Why does Yahweh care? Is my question.
Because this is a grift. Like, look at how much money they took from the people. Like, literally, just read through the lines. They took 1,365 shekels from the
Yes.
people. Like, they just took them. They just took it. And they were like, literally, okay.
They're like, Yahweh commanded
now
it.
we see the
Sorry.
violence inherent in the system. Okay, like I'm getting on my soapbox. Is like literally they were just like Yahweh commands it. This is just how it works. Like you
Yeah,
owe
you
us.
gotta do it. You gotta
you
do
owe
it,
us
man.
5 shekels
Just give it
for
here.
like it's like literally that is what happened.
I just love that it's like, actually, so like all the Levites, though, they're going to work for us instead of all you having to give your firstborns. Actually, wait, how many firstborns are there? That many? Ooh, that's a little
okay.
more than there were Levites.
We
So
do need
you're
to account
also
for
going to
that.
have to pay us.
Right.
It's just like, are you taking the Levites instead or
Wow.
not?
This
and do you
is-
have
Yeah.
to reaccount for this every time a Levite is born versus someone else? Like,
Oh,
it just
gosh,
seems...
you're
My question
right.
is this. Why
Yeah.
does God need money?
Well, the priests need money
For
to
what?
serve Yahweh, to like buy more
what?
bejeweled vests, I guess.
To
I
buy
don't
more
know.
oil.
Yeah, that oil.
I mean,
is
I guess for the
expensive, I
upkeep.
guess.
I don't know,
I don't
Emily.
think
Yeah,
that they
why do
need
churches
this
need
many-
money?
Why do
churches
churches
need
need
money?
money?
What do you think?
Well, I'm assuming for the upkeep and, to maybe pay their priests and stuff a living wage.
Well, so that is a weird thing, though. Hang on, though. Now that we think about this, all of the Levites now are taking care of them. They're like cleaning everything, they're fixing everything, they're moving everything, they're doing all that.
They're probably not getting paid.
Right. Why do they need money then? It's different from like a church needing money because a church has to pay rent
That's
and,
true.
actually pay its employees. Whereas here it's like, no, you're all just part of this tribe that's all supporting you.
They have
That's
to.
what I'm
They
saying.
have to have
Look that up for bonus content too. I want to know what these people are doing with this money.
We need receipts.
Yeah.
They have to have an internal economy, right? Okay, either
I don't know. Yahweh hasn't talked about it.
Either they're trading with other tribes, which either is totally okay or is totally forbidden. I don't know. If it's totally okay, then it's like, yeah, that's what a lot of people did back then. You traded the resources that you wanted with other tribes, and if you've set up if you've set up units of monetary legal tender, then that's how you do it. But if it's totally, I guess, taboo to be trading with other tribes, then they've got to have some kind of internal economy and currency, right? What have you found?
Nothing. I'm doing a quick Google and I'm not finding anything.
Okay,
we'll have to do more deeper look.
I'm going to make down a note of.
Make down that note.
Shut up.
Yes, make down a note. Make down that note. Okay. All right.
Okay, and we've all taken a breath and recentered ourselves for numbers 4.
Very centered.
Or Dedeker just sneezes or coughs or something. Okay, numbers 4. Here we go.
She has small passageways, okay?
She does have narrow passageways.
Every time she coughed during the retreat, I wanted to look at you and be like, she has small passageways.
Oh my God, can you please keep reading the Bible and stop making fun of me and my small air passageways? Please.
Okay, numbers 4. Yahweh spoke to Moses and to Aaron, saying, "Take a census of the sons of Kohath from among the sons of Levi, by their families, by their fathers' houses, from 30 years old and upward, even until 50 years old. All who enter into the service to do work in the tent of meeting."
Okay, so 30 to 50 is... They're the ones who work inside the tent of meeting?
Yeah, that
you get a 20-year gap. Go.
All right.
Okay.
But why can't you keep working if you're older than 50? I guess that's really old for back then.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, I suppose. Yeah.
This is the service of the sons of Kohath in the tent of meeting, the most holy things. When the camp moves forward, Aaron shall go in, and his sons, and they shall take down the veil of the screen and cover the ark of the testimony with it. Okay.
Nobody look at the ark.
Yeah,
Nobody.
Yeah, exactly. And we saw what happened to those Nazis in Indiana Jones.
It's true.
Well, just if you open it. I mean, don't you dare open it, but don't even look at it just to be sure.
Don't look at it, yeah. And shall put a covering of sealskin on it.
Oh, I'm sorry. Where are you getting freaking seals?
Well,
you're in the freaking desert.
But didn't they mention having like freaking like manatee skins or something ridiculous
Yeah, what
like
were they,
that?
sea lions or something?
No, it was like sea cow skins.
Something like that.
those
Yes.
are manatees. Oh.
Okay, they have to be trading with other people, right?
Or there is a sea
with
nearby.
manatees?
I don't know.
Are there manatees or even seals in this sea?
Okay, well put it in the
look that
bonus
up, too.
content.
Yeah, look it up too. Okay,
Okay, I'm gonna also put down a note of marine life.
Okay, so they shall put a covering of sealskin on it,
Specifically, nothing else.
and shall spread over it a cloth of all blue,
Oh,
and
okay.
shall put in its poles.
So they're really wrapping it up like a tight little triple wrapped burrito
yeah.
here. Yeah.
It's a little Ark of the Covenant burrito. Yum.
On the table of showbread, they shall put a blue cloth, and put on it the dishes, the spoons, the bowls, and the cups with which to pour out, and the continual bread shall be on it. Okay, so it's still got to have bread. Oh, right.
Wait.
That's the table that needs to always have bread on it.
Yes, continual bread, perpetual
I didn't
bread.
know that they had like spoons and bowls and cups. Like, who's actually eating in here? Nobody.
They have to be. They do. The priests do.
Yeah,
Really?
well, and it
They're
says,
allowed to eat in here? Nobody's allowed to even go near it, but the priest can eat?
First of all, if that was the
guess
case,
so.
I would not be surprised. But second of all, yes, the priests get a portion of the sacrifice, the animal sacrifice. Like they get to eat it. Some of it gets burnt up, and then some of it they eat.
Yeah, that was clarified before, where it's like this portion shall be the priest.
And now, on the one hand, I could see Emily's point of like, no, eating in here is way too sacrilegious. You're not allowed to eat in here. You got to take it somewhere else. But I could also see the point of like, this is sacred food that's been offered to Yahweh. It needs to be eaten in a sacred place and not just treated like something you're going to bring home in a doggy bag and throw in your fridge. And you don't have a fridge because it's the desert. So
right.
Well, they don't have a fridge because what? Like negative 2000 is the year?
Yeah,
That
exactly.
too.
Okay.
Okay. And they shall spread on them a scarlet cloth, and cover the same with a covering of sealskin, and shall put in its poles.
sealskin's probably waterproof, right?
Oh, maybe that's steel.
It probably protects you from the rain. I'd imagine.
Yeah. Or it's like their version of like saran wrap.
Oh,
You
yeah.
know, it's like you got to saran wrap because it's got the bread on it.
And it
So
sticks to itself and sticks to you.
Yeah,
and you're like,
yeah.
oh, the sealskin. So annoying.
Gross. They shall take a blue cloth and cover the lampstand of the light and its lamps and its snuffers and its snuff dishes and all its oil vessels with which they minister to it. They shall put in it all the vessels within a covering of sealskin, obs, and shall put it on the frame.
Oh, the frame. The frame
You know,
that
the
we've
frame.
referenced.
Okay,
The one that's been here the whole time, everyone, obviously.
I just imagine them reading these instructions. They're like, okay, we got all
they're
covered,
like,
all covered. We have to
"Shit."
put it on the frame.
We don't have a
The
frame?
frame?
What, this was supposed to be here the whole time?
What? And they're like swapping through all the back, like 50 pages. Like, no, it doesn't mention a frame. And they get into a fight. And
Frame? Yeah. Well, at the time, this would have all been oral tradition, too.
oh,
So
gosh.
it's like, who is in charge of remembering the part with the frame? And someone's like, oh, yeah, I remember something about a frame.
It was Moses' fault for sure.
Yeah, probably. Okay. On the golden altar, they shall spread a blue cloth and cover it with a covering of sealskin and shall put in its poles. That one's simple. They shall take all the vessels of the ministry with which they minister in the sanctuary and put them in a blue cloth and cover them with a covering of sealskin and shall put them on the frame.
Okay, can we
Also.
look up
Famed frame.
what is this frame? Are there other translations
like other
of the frame?
translations? I guess we could look
Is
that
it like
up.
actually
Yeah.
and put it on the SUV or something? Like strap it to the top of the SUV?
I see it as like a what are those? Like a tray of gold.
What? These are too large to put on a tray, though. What are you learning, Jace?
I don't know. I mean, before when they were just talking about like cups and stuff.
Okay, so this is an interesting example of the way that the English language uses articles.
Oh.
And I'm not sure if
Please tell.
the original Aramaic or whatever had articles like a and the,
Oh.
but a lot of other translations to put them on a carrying frame or on a
See?
pole to carry them with or on a carrying beam.
Okay. Interesting.
However, there are a few that still say the, which does imply it was a thing that we already knew about. What a fascinating thing we've just seen about English in action. How just changing or the totally changes what we think about this object.
That's
Versus
true.
like, oh yeah, any old whatever frame you're going to carry it with, that's fine. Versus
Just like obviously you'll have a frame
this
in
is
which
a
to carry
special
it.
thing. Yeah.
Yep.
Right?
Amazing.
The frame. Yeah.
Yeah, on the carrying frame is what many of
Yeah.
them say. The carrying frame, and then others are like a carrying frame or a bar to carry them with or a carrying pole or whatever.
Well, thank you for this drunk English lesson.
No problem. Anytime.
He means it anytime.
Literally anytime
Literally
you want to talk
anytime.
about English.
I know,
I'm
yes.
just so down.
All right, let's continue.
Yeah, put them on a frame, the frame. I don't know. They shall take away the ashes from the altar and spread a purple cloth on it.
Oh, that's new.
Not on the
So
ashes,
many
but on the altar. I
different
assume.
pretty colors.
Yeah. They shall put on it all the vessels with which they minister about it, the fire pans, the flesh hooks, the shovels, and the basins, all the vessels of the altar. And they shall spread on it a covering of sealskin and put in its poles.
Sealskin.
When Aaron and his sons have finished covering the sanctuary and all the furniture of the sanctuary as the camp moves forward, after that, the sons of Kohath
What?
shall... Yeah, sorry, that was confusing. When Aaron and his sons have finished covering the sanctuary and all the furniture of the sanctuary as the camp moves forward. I think they mean like then the camp moves forward.
Yeah.
Okay. Good job, World English Bible.
Yeah. After that, the sons of Kohath shall come to carry it, but they shall not touch the sanctuary lest they die.
See, I'm telling you, don't get near it.
Yeah, don't touch anything. These things are the burden of the sons of Kohath in the tent of meeting.
Can I just ask, is this like seeing a basilisk? Is it like you touch the thing and you just like, bam, immediately drop dead? Or you know, like how you look into a basilisk's yellow eyes and it's just like you seize up and die?
Yeah, that experience we've all had. I'm
talking about Harry Potter, okay?
Obviously. I don't know. It seems to be the case that it's like Yahweh really doesn't seem like it's a clean, unclean situation where
you're
it's
just dead.
I think you're just dead.
The question is how.
Okay.
And maybe
Yeah.
later we'll get examples of this happening, which would be cool. But like we've seen some examples where someone just like dies, right? Like the guy who spilled seed, where it's just like, and then he died because he was wicked.
Yeah, that he got struck down, whatever that means.
Yes, we don't know. But then there was like Lot's wife who got turned into a pillar of salt. And then there's the sons of Aaron who got burned up
Yeah, they got burned up.
because of their
Yeah.
profane fire. So I feel like God's pretty creative in this way.
You're absolutely right.
Probably just whatever mood he's in that day.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. The charge of Eleazar, the son of Aaron, the priest, shall be the oil for the light, the sweet incense, the continual meal offering, and the anointing oil, the charge of all the tabernacle, of all that is in it, the sanctuary and its furnishings. Yahweh spoke to Moses and to Aaron, saying, Don't cut up. Let me try that again.
What? Try that again.
Don't cut off the tribe of the families of the Kohathites from among the Levites, but thus do to them that they may live and not die when they approach the most holy things. Aaron and his sons shall go in, and appoint them every one to his service and to his burdens. But they shall not go in to see the sanctuary even for a moment, lest they die.
Gosh, everyone who can't go into the sanctuary just must think it's like the super hottest thing
Okay,
ever.
hang on. The weirdest thing about all this is the more we read about this, the more I feel like I want to be friends with the ancient aliens guy, because the more my mind is coming up with all of these theories of like, maybe it was an alien who had some kind of ridiculous technology and was really trying to play it on the DL and really didn't want to cause some sort of weird like time paradox
What?
or something.
The God was an alien?
There's theories.
Yeah, there's theories.
Yeah.
The theory is
You
that
just
like
told me that like I would know this, and you're like, yeah, that alien guy.
Maybe
and I'm
that'd
like, what are
be
you
some
talking
good,
about?
That'd be some good bonus content sometime.
no,
is
you
to
know
pull up some
the
ancient aliens.
this guy, the ancient
Yeah, the
aliens
meme guy. He's got the
the
weird hair and his face is like,
his
oh,
hands
aliens.
are out, and he's like,
What are
maybe
you two
it's-
doing? I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, that'll be
please-
really good bonus content. I'm sure
Yeah.
we can find an episode of
Yeah.
Ancient Aliens where they talk about stuff from the Bible.
Oh, dude, you're right.
Yeah.
I bet they have one about Ark of the Covenant.
Oh, they must.
for sure.
Okay.
Because I'm pretty sure
I
I
thought
read.
that like aliens created the pyramids, but that's all that I've ever heard. I didn't know aliens were God.
I've heard that the Ark of the Covenant may have actually been like a device for communicating with the
Yeah.
aliens, possibly. So we'll look into
cool.
that.
Yeah, there's definitely
Okay.
some theories bouncing around out there that, all these stories in the Bible was actually some kind of intelligent life that contacted these people and was obviously much more powerful and much more technologically advanced. And for some reason
Fun.
chose to always remind them that he was Yahweh all the time.
All right. Oh man. Okay. Where did I leave off? I've totally lost my place.
You were at 21.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yahweh spoke to Moses, saying, "Take a census of the sons of Gershon also, by their fathers' houses, by their families. From 30 years old and upward, until 50 years old shall you number them, all who enter in to wait on the service to do work in the tent of meeting. This is the service of the families of the Gershonites in serving and in bearing burdens." I think we're about to do all the same thing over again, so why don't you take
Yeah.
over the second
Oh,
half
boy.
of this
Okay.
chapter here?
Okay.
That's good. Jace has done his time. You
Yeah.
have to go now.
This is the service of the families of the Gershonites in serving and in bearing burdens. They shall carry the curtains of the tabernacle and the tent of meeting, its covering, and the covering of sealskin that is above on it, and the screen for the door of the tent of meeting.
The screen door, you mean?
The screen door, and the hangings of the court, and the screen door of the gate of the court, which is by the tabernacle and around the altar, and their cords, and all the instruments of their service, and whatever shall be done with them. Just catch
Just
all.
whatever. Yeah.
Just do what you will with them. Whatever.
I can't be bothered to come up with a list of tasks. You know what needs to be done. I just
People
manage
should know
around
what I
here.
want by now.
Therein shall they serve. At the commandment of Aaron and his sons shall be all the service of the sons of the Gershonites in all their burden and in all their service, and you shall appoint to them in charge all their burden. It's word
English.
salad.
Okay.
This is the service of the families of the sons of the Gershonites in the tent of meeting, and their charge shall be under the hand of Ithamar, the son of Aaron the priest. As for the sons of Merari, you shall number them
Well
by their
done.
families, by their fathers' houses. From 30 years old and upward, even to 50 years old, shall you number them, everyone who enters on the service to do the work of the tent of meeting. This is the charge of their burden. Oh boy. Okay, we really are repeating some of this stuff.
Well, they're all doing
Okay.
different tasks,
Well,
though.
Yes.
We should all be used to this by
Okay.
now.
Yeah.
This is
Quite
the charge
frankly.
of their burden according to all their service in the tent of meeting, the tabernacle's boards, its bars, its pillars, its sockets, and the pillars of the court around it, and their sockets, and their pins, and their cords, with all their instruments, and with all their service. And by name you shall appoint the instruments of the charge of their burden. Okay.
So does that mean that so they're in charge of these things? So basically, like, everyone disassembles the tabernacle. They have to make sure they don't lose any of this stuff and then put it all back.
Yeah, I think so.
They're probably the ones who have to disassemble
but also
and
like
reassemble.
polish it and stuff in
Yeah.
the midst.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I feel like, though, they maybe have the most complicated job in terms of like setup and tear down
Definitely.
and moving, but it seems like the maintenance of theirs would be a little easier than
I
the
suppose
altars
so.
and the lamps and the bread tables.
Maybe less dusting, I suppose.
I thought you were going to say the bread pudding. I don't know why.
God didn't
They're in
mention any
charge of
bread
making
pudding
the bread
yet.
pudding.
Yeah.
It's God's favorite.
This is the service of the...
Unleavened bread pudding.
Ew. God, like a matzo bread pudding?
Yeah.
I just don't even. Ew.
I'd try it.
Okay. This is the service of the families of the sons of Merari, according to all their service in the tent of meeting under the hand of Ithamar the son of Aaron the priest. Moses and Aaron and the princes of the congregation numbered the sons of the Kohathites by their families and by their fathers' houses, from 30 years old and upward, even to 50 years old, everyone who entered into the service for work in the tent of meeting.
I did look up, just for your reference, where they keep saying the princes
Yeah.
of the houses. I did look
Is
that
that
up.
the first?
It just means like the leaders, the house.
Yeah,
the
that's
house,
what I presumed.
house prefects.
Okay. Those who were numbered of them by their families were 2,750. These are those who were numbered of the families of the Kohathites, all who served in the tent of meeting, whom Moses and Aaron numbered according to the commandment of Yahweh by Moses. Those who were numbered of the sons... Okay,
No, you can do it. You
I
got
am
this.
struggling. Okay.
No, you're
No,
killing it.
did you hear me?
Those
You're great.
who
I only had way more
you
names
messed up
than you.
once.
Those-
Big deal.
No, it's not even... It's my brain. My brain doesn't want to read this.
Well, you got like 10 verses left. It's going to be all right.
Okay. Those who were numbered of the sons of Gershon, their families, and by their fathers' houses, from 30 years old and upward, even to 50 years old, everyone who entered into the service for work in the tent of meeting, even those who were numbered of them, by their families, okay.
No, this
Okay.
is still one sentence. You can't
I
take a breath
know.
yet.
Even those who were numbered of them, by their families, by their fathers' houses, were 2,630. Okay.
Period.
Okay. Listen to me. I know that we've definitely thrown some major shade at like all the Christians out there who claim that they've read the entire Bible, right? You know, where it's like
They gloss the hell over this.
Yes, sure. Like I know we throw some shade where we're like, clearly you actually haven't, because this would take a long time, and I think a lot of people are just assuming that they have because they've been going to church for a long time, but they've never actually read it. But I feel like my perspective's changing now, where if I meet someone who actually has read the entire Bible, I'm going to be like, why?
What's wrong with you?
Why? How? I'm here reading it
We're
with
gonna
my
be
friends.
those people, Dedeker.
No. I love it though. I feel like by the end of this, we'll really be able to know.
Oh, yes.
Just by looking someone in the eye.
The eye?
And you
Oh, wait,
talk
did
about.
you?
Do you
No, you didn't.
No,
Do
but
you
you're
share
lying.
our pain?
Right,
Do
like-
you share?
Have you really read the whole Bible? And if they're like, oh yeah, definitely. And,
You're like,
and they're
no.
fine, you're
Heavens,
like,
no.
But
No.
if they're like, yeah, I have, and you see like a little twitch in their eye, you're
See a
like,
tear forming and going down there. No, this is
you'll
the
be like,
thing,
"Yes,
okay? We
brother."
have a special distinction because we've read this Bible, this very Bible. We've
very
read it
Bible.
out loud, and that's
That's true.
like you can gloss over hard to read words in your head and just kind of
That's
be
true.
like, nah, I don't know what that says.
If I
Whatever.
was just reading this to myself, my eyes would quickly scan to the end of the page and be like, "Oh, this repeats 3 times. Okay, I'm just going to skip to the end of the page." We
Exactly.
can't do
See,
that
that's
here.
why nobody's actually read this thing. Come on.
Okay.
Let's be honest.
okay.
These are those who were numbered of the families of the sons of Gershon, all who served in the tent of meeting, whom Moses and Aaron numbered according to the commandment of Yahweh. Those who were numbered of the families of the sons of Merari, by their families, by their fathers' houses, from 30 years old and upward, even to 50 years old, everyone who entered into the service for work in the tent of meeting, even those who were numbered of them by their families, were 3,200, period. God. Okay. These are those who were numbered of the families of the sons of Merari, whom Moses and Aaron numbered according to the commandment of Yahweh by Moses. All those who are numbered of the Levites, whom Moses and Aaron and the princes of Israel numbered by their families and by their fathers' houses, from 30 years old and upward, even to 50 years old, everyone who entered in to do the work of service and the work of bearing burdens in the tent of meeting, even those who were numbered of them were 8,580.
What one verse
One
left?
sentence.
Okay.
That was great.
It's 2 sentences, but okay.
No, I mean that last thing you
one
did was all
sentence.
one
That
sentence.
is correct. Okay. According to the commandment of Yahweh, they were numbered by Moses, everyone according to his service and according to his burden. Thus they were numbered by him as Yahweh commanded Moses.
Well, now I know why this is named Numbers.
Seriously.
Because we're numbering every person.
Everything. Pretty soon it's going to be like the names of all their sheep. And
Oh, yeah.
it's
And then
just
Yahweh commanded you number the sheep. And let's talk about their names.
my goodness. Wow.
This is Sheepy 1 and this
okay.
is
I
Sheepy
do appreciate
2.
Sheepy 1. Sheepy 2.
I do appreciate Emily's observation that now we are going to be able to intimately detect if someone has actually read the entire Bible or not.
You just be like, numbers,
You
am
just
I right?
know.
And
Yeah. You just know.
And they're like, what? Oh, I thought it was fine. And you're like, you didn't read
Yeah.
anything.
You did not,
Liar.
you liar. Cast him out.
Unclean.
Wow. Okay. Well, what's happening next?
Gosh.
I'm assuming we're going to number more things. How many numbering?
Well, okay, just
are we doing?
it's like no
How many
spoilers.
numbering
No
are we
spoilers.
doing?
I just skimmed over the next 2 chapters, and there's not any numbering in the next 2 chapters.
Yeah, I seem to recall when reading a summary of the Book of Numbers that there are 2 censi.
What? Oh,
Huh?
censuses.
Censuses.
2 censuses.
Yes.
Sensei.
2 sensei. In this, there are two censuses, one at the beginning and then one kind of toward the end. So I think we actually are going to get a break for some
Action.
story, or at least more rules.
I think it's gonna be more rules. It's
Am
got
I
to be
correct that this is the end of the Torah?
no, there's one
No.
more.
No, there's
What's after Numbers?
yes.
Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers,
And
and
Deuteronomy.
Deuteronomy.
Yes. Yeah.
Deuteronomy. Yeah.
Something like that.
Basically, that makes just as much sense as a word as Deuteronomy does.
Well,
so.
all I'm saying is like what Exodus, like that makes sense. Genesis, that makes sense. I don't know what Leviticus means, but Numbers, like obviously, but Deuteronomy, we're gonna do another like what does that mean? Like something fun has to happen in Deuteronomy.
What
right?
kind of fun do you think is going to happen in Deuteronomy?
I don't
based on
know.
the
Maybe
name?
Moses will be no longer, and we'll get a new person. That would be awesome.
Oh, is your beef with Moses?
No, I don't care. I mean, he just doesn't do anything. He's just taking all of God's crap and being like, fine, I'll tell everyone.
He was kind of action-packed at first, and then he's just become very boring in his old age.
Exactly.
It's true.
That's
Well, I
what
think
I'm saying.
he had a hard life. He's had a hard time.
It's time to retire,
He
Moses.
didn't want any of this. Bear in mind,
You're
he didn't
right.
want to become
Well-
a prince of Egypt. He didn't want to become the leader of the Israelites. Like
You know what?
it's like Clerks.
did,
He's
though.
like, I wasn't even supposed to be here today.
Yeah, no, it's like that thing of, the ruler who doesn't want to rule is the one that you want.
Oh,
Like
clever.
Jon
guess.
Snow. But
Clever.
that's for another story and
For another
day.
podcast.
Indeed. Anyways, we will see you all next time to maybe not number some more things, but in the meantime, let us know what you think on Twitter and our Instagram page. We can't wait to hear from you.
Thank you for joining us for Bible study today. If you want even more Drunk Bible Study, including bonus episodes, new series, guest interviews, and more, become one of our patrons at patreon.com/drunkbiblestudy. If you enjoy the show, take a moment to subscribe, and then write us a nice review on iTunes or Stitcher, letting other people know what you like about it. Find us on Twitter at Drunk Bible Cast, on Instagram at Drunk Bible Study, or send us an email at info@drunkbiblestudy.com. Drunk Bible Study is created and produced by Emily Matlack, Dedeker Winston, and me, Jace Lindgren. Our theme song is Book Club by Josh and Anand from their album Home of the. The theme song for the Book of Numbers is Motivator by Kevin MacLeod. For more information, visit us at drunkbiblestudy.com